Hello, happy CEO Monday. Oh, that's really bright reflection. I might take those off. And happy 1st of July. I absolutely love when the first of a month and a Monday line up. I think it's the best thing ever. And it's something that I wanted to speak about today because, yes, we're over halfway of the year right now. And I've spoken about this a little bit. But what I've been speaking to my clients about as we hit 1st of July, it's really a time to get super reflective on where you are and being completely honest. I think that a lot of the time we get to, especially July, it's like June, it's like, okay, we are halfway through. What can I do? Is there anything I can change? We have like a little bit more momentum, even if we're feeling a bit down, if we haven't reached any of our goals or anything like that. But I think July 1st onwards now is really going to be telling of how you are going to not only just end the year, but really we are getting into the energy of setting up our next year. And this isn't for everyone to be like, oh my God, I need to start worrying about 2025 already, or whenever you are watching this video. No, it's not about that. It's just everything that I teach my clients is rooted in the woman mastery method. So the woman mastery method is an entire shift in perspective and being about how you are essentially designing your life and creating your life. And one of those things mean that we want less instant gratification and more long-term results, more long-term uh, goals and values to work towards. If I reflect on the past decade of my year, I used to be someone who was majority of the time in the past decade where it was like I would only want the instant gratification, or I would only put in the work for the instant gratification and do the things for those quick wins. Because when we have quick wins and when we're getting the instant gratification, it feels really good, right? It's like, oh my God, I feel successful. But then if we zoom out of our life, and something I say on the podcast is always try to zoom out of your life without the emotion, bird's eye view it and see what's actually happening. If we are always looking for the short wins, the instant gratifications, when we zoom out, it doesn't seem like we're making an entire lot of progress towards our long-term goals and what we truly value, because we can get into the mindset that they're long term, it's going to happen, or it's a future me problem, it's the too hard basket problem. And it's like, it's like if you wanted to buy something and you don't have to pay until, let's say, next July. It's going to, for some reason, our brain goes, well, next July I'm going to have that exact amount of money, everything's going to be all right. And then we get closer to that date and we may be freaking out, or it's like, I forgot about this. So if we are always living in the energy and the vibration of, I'm just going to figure it out, it will come in the future, we're not setting ourselves up for success. And something I do with all of my clients, clients are high achieving women, is make sure that they define what success is to them. That's the first step in everything. So right now where you are, I don't care if you've done this 1,000 times. I don't care if you watch my channel and listen to my podcast and you've done this. Right now, I need you to redefine what your version of success is and understand what that means overall, right? Across all areas of your life, relationships, career/business, wealth, money, and health and wellness. Look at what success means to you, and then start to look at like everything through the filter of, number one, your values, and everything through the filter of your long-term goals. Yes, it's so important to, that I'm just going to sidestep a little bit. But when we are searching for our purpose, what people don't realize is we are living our purpose every single day. It's within the choices we're making. It's what we are putting our energy into, what we are valuing. But another word that you can look at when it comes to purpose is just your goals. And in fact, if you want the guidance, if you're like listening to this and you're resonating, you're thinking, now that we're getting closer to the end of the year, I feel like maybe this is what you're feeling. Maybe you feel, yes, I want more clarity on where I'm heading long term in my life. I am ambitious, I am high achieving, but I kind of feel like I haven't made the progress I thought I would by now. And so I'm feeling a little bit down or a little bit low at this point in time in the year, even though I still have high ambitions for my life. then you want to go to the show notes below and sign up for my Replay of the Workshop CEO Goals workshop. This is all about becoming the CEO of your life, not a bystander. It's really going to teach you the step-by-step process to understand and refine your version of success, your values, and to set ambitious yet attainable goals. Sometimes high achievers can go one of two ways. We set safe goals, or we set these goals that are so far out of reach that every time we work towards it and we feel like we're not even a fraction closer, and we then say, I can't do it, it's too hard, maybe I shouldn't try it hard, maybe that shouldn't be my goals, and we talk ourselves out of it. Or the safe goals is we know that we're going to hit that and we are searching for that instant gratification, and so of course we're going to set it. So I'll just give you an example of those two things. So if we set a safe goal, so let's say that in your business you are consistently hitting $10,000 months, then you have a goal that for the next 3 months, you want to be hitting $11,000. That's a safe goal, because I'm sure if you refined a few things, whether it's your messaging, whether it's your content, whether it's how you spoke to people, all of that, probably could hit that easy. And if we are using the same example, a goal that is something that's probably not attainable right at this point in time, doesn't mean it isn't, is if you're consistently hitting 10K goals and then you say, well, by next month, I am going to hit 150,000. Right? And like nothing really changes, or you change a little, like, see how the big leap? It's like, why don't we have the next goal as 30K thousand a month or something like that? So that's just the difference. But as I said, if you really want guidance on this, if you want a step-by-step that you can have for life, that my clients do every quarter to refine, or you can do it biannually, definitely, it's only $22. Get the goals workshop in the show notes below. It will really help you, especially at this point in the year. I see so many success-driven women believe and tell them, like, play into the subconscious mindset that they're not worthy, that they're not good enough, that it's too hard, that, they're doing all of the things, whether it's listening to the podcast, watching YouTube videos like this, maybe it's reading the books, maybe you've taken other either free or paid master classes, maybe you've been doing the coaching or the therapy, and you feel like it doesn't make sense why you're not where you are. I promise you, don't give up. I've been there many, many times where it's like, ugh, what's the point? Is this even for me? But on that, what I do want to say is I want you to really start to shift your energy into things that are inspiring to you. I will never, ever shut up about this. I think that too many times we search for success, but we believe it has to be a grind. It believes, and I speak more about this on my podcast, but also my Instagram, which is the same username @Pinili. We feel that we really have to grind, and to be successful or to feel successful, it needs to feel like this burnout. And you don't. I want you to tap into what inspires you the most. When you are coming from an inspired energy, things shift, things change. You are able to elevate. You are more clear-headed. One of the biggest things that I see with high-achieving women is, yes, they have this big, ambitious, kind of fluffy goals, whether it's like a money goal or a materialistic goal or a career goal, whatever it is. But they feel all too overwhelmed and what's the other word? I'll just stick with that for a moment. But they feel overwhelmed. They feel overwhelmed that it's not a possibility because it needs to be really, really hard. But the women in my containers and this is even the women who have just done the goals workshop, when you were finding more to be inspired by, and you were living through the inspiration, your vibration raises, and you are able to tap into this field of energy where things feel lighter, with things feel like you have clarity. And that's what I was saying, is like a lot of women come to me with these fluffy goals and they don't have the clarity, or they don't know how to get the clarity. They just believe, and maybe this is you, they just believe that work hard and the goal will come, and they see a little bit of success, so they keep doing the same thing. No, and I teach you that inside of the CEO Goals Workshop in the show notes below, but also across most of my containers too, in different ways of success, and being able to learn that inspiration really is key in life. So with July 1st, we're coming towards the end of the year. And as we get closer and closer, it's really not about how we're finishing the year, it's how we're setting up a brand new year and just refining. You may need to adjust your current goals. And if you honestly want a step by step process that my clients, it's been called like the number one goals workshop ever taken because it's just so precise. It's so easy. It's not this overcomplicated. It's also not like, okay, let's set a $10,000 goal and just make sure that we're posting 3 times content. But like, it's not fluffy like that. We want things again that are inspiring, but we're going to get to the point. You get to have everything you absolutely desire. You get to create everything you absolutely desire. You get to end the year feeling proud of yourself. And in fact, you should be proud of yourself right now because it doesn't matter if you get to the end of the year and you haven't hit that big goal, but it's about you being really self reflective. Something today, my client was talking to me, she works in corporate, and she said something that happened that a lot of people, when you're not doing this internal work and overcoming the internal blockers to success, what often happens is we see that everything that is happening as like perceived negative, or it's a reflection of, our worth or something. But she made such a reflection piece where instead of taking it personally or thinking, I'm going to fail or everything is shit, she instead reflected and go, no, this is great. Like, it's literally holding up a mirror to me to be able to become more successful and to learn more about me. And this is everything that I do with the woman mastery method is you are holding up a mirror to yourself and just seeing all the things reflected back on how you can use it as feedback to absolutely master your life. And this is what I do with my clients. But, where you have been attracted to watch this video because you want to live an above average life. You want to live a life that is wealthy, that is fun, that is inspiring, that is exciting. You want to live a life that you are proud of, and you're proud of all the time, and you're really able to lean into the law of polarity even when things seem like they're not working in your favor. And so just know that if you've been attracted to this video, I'm telling you to keep going. I'm telling you that you are worthy of everything that you're desiring, but sometimes it's about having that self-reflection piece and just being really honest with yourself. Am I doing everything I can to actually align with my long-term vision? And again, if you're like, I don't know what my long-term vision or how to get there, get into the goals workshop. But it doesn't mean that you need to have all of the answers, but you do need to remember. And I feel really, really cool just to say this over and over again. You just need to remember you are so worthy of everything you desire. It's possible, I'm sure with all the personal development content that you may consume, that you see, like, if you can think of it, it's a possibility for you. And I truly believe that, like, your mind can conceptualize it in one way. It's just reflecting back to you of what you're possible. But sometimes it's all about, especially when we come to this point in the year, just being really, really honest with ourselves on what we are doing, what we're not doing, what we can do better, not harder, not grind more, but what we can do in a more refined way and in a more inspiring way. And you get to create an inspiring life. I hope that this has been shown to someone's who really needed to hear this and who just really needed that pep talk. And like I said, if you want extra guidance, definitely get into the goals workshop. But I'm going to go now, and I'll speak to you in tomorrow's live. Bye.